Hello, beauties. Back with more consciousness, subconscious, expanding your awareness, creating the life you want video. So I want to just talk today about one of the things that Florence Scovel Shinn uses in a few of her stories, and I would call this active faith. What do I mean by that? So she would often advise people of a way to convince your subconscious mind, right, that what you truly want and desire is real. And, so we know it's true consciously, right? That very thin conscious awareness that doesn't tend to go all the way down, right, into our bones the way our subconscious beliefs do. We are beginning to learn and decide and know and believe that the truth is divine perfection. However, we've been so programmed and so conditioned for so long that it ain't perfect, that there's all these troubles and woes and hardships and conflict, that feels more real on those deeper levels, right? So, we need to hold the image. We need to, if possible, keep your vibration high, which is, I don't think always realistic, right? You can't feel good if you're feeling bad. But one way to, sort of get that belief on a little bit deeper level than only affirmations or only visualization is to take active faith. So one of the examples that she used was a woman who needed to rent an apartment in a year in New York where there just weren't any apartments available, and her friends were even saying, oh, it's too bad, you're gonna have to put all your stuff in storage this year, that's really a bummer. And Florence counseled her, like, don't even go along with that negative thinking. People mean well sometimes when they're feeling sorry for you, but all they're doing is reinforcing the negative in your life. So don't accept pity, it ain't helping you, right? So she's like, oh, you don't need to feel sorry for me, I'm gonna get an apartment. And Florence, advised her, go out and buy the things that you will need for your apartment, whether that's linens or plates or whatever the case may be. Demonstrate that active faith. Now that's hard to do, right? Because you're like, well, what if I don't get the apartment? Now I've spent all this money on the dishes and stuff, then I could use that money for other stuff. But that's the point. Active faith is telling your subconscious, convincing your subconscious, yes, I do believe this enough to have active faith and to demonstrate that I know it's going to happen by buying that stuff. So that's just one of the examples that she gave, which I loved. Another woman's husband had, they gotten in a fight, big misunderstanding. He stormed off, said, I'm leaving you. And she knew that she genuinely loved him. She believed that he loved her. It was just a huge misunderstanding. And so every single night for a year, she set a place for him at the table. Even though she was cooking, she was the only one that wound up eating. She set a place for him at the table as if she genuinely believed he was coming back, or that he was going to be there, that he was in her life. And it took like a year. And then one night he walked through the door and they were together happily after that. So we don't need to run helter-skelter. What have I got to do? What have I got to do to make this happen? I need a 12-step plan. I've got, I'm not talking about that type of action, that you've got to make it happen on the 3D level action. I'm just talking about action that demonstrates and convinces your subconscious that this is your reality now. So I found that very useful. I hope you did too. Namaste. And love you all.